Well, the weather is absolutely divine. I just made a trip to the post office and mailed a few plants. And I'm excited about that because I love my role as a catalyst for my people to heal ourselves. There's Kimberly. That's legit the only fruit I see, and there have been I don't know how many flowers. So I'm gonna put in, I think I'm gonna put in a couple of tip cuttings on either side of this. Okay, had to move the water. Yeah, I might just put in a tip cutting, or I might just let Amara grow there and be great because she doesn't need any particular soil, and I still haven't got my orchid seeds to pop, so I'm not sure what they're going to look like or how they're going to behave within the garden. I've never grown it before, so I'm not sure what the leaves should look like to my eyes in my garden. And mine is purple, so I can't really compare it to the OCD-ish chicks, but I don't think that's it. I'm looking, I see a little blush in the middle, but I'm pretty sure that's not it. The spinach is still looking good. It's not flowering, but it does start to behave as if it wants to. So I'm going to replace this one here. Actually, I'm going to plant new spinach altogether. You can see no purslane here because I've harvested it all. There is one back here, a couple back here, and one right here. You know, I expect them to pop up sporadically throughout the bed, to continue to pop up sporadically throughout the bed. But what I don't want is for them to flower because they get everywhere. They actually serve as a really good ground cover for the raised bed. The problem with it is that if they flower, they will probably get everywhere in your yard and all out of hand, and I don't want that. So I do want plenty of fresh purslane at my disposal, but I do not want to enable it to take over. Anyway, so my carrots are doing really great. I did have them spread nicely in this bed. I kind of doubled the spacing for them so that I can start a new batch in between the ones I have here. And it looks like that's going to work well. And so it looks like it's going to look like I have like a edging, I guess, of these pretty little leaves here that aren't seeing much damage, but then I'm not seeing very many insects in general. Outside of my cabbage worms that are, hitting the brassicas like they do. That's their job. I decided to grow my collards all in this bed. I'm just going to grow 4 of them. I have the 2 here, and then I'm going to put 2 more here, and then have 4 collards here on the deck. I'm going to harvest these today, at least 3 stalks of this today, because she's ready. And I see a couple of side branches I want to replant. Hold on just a second, let me get this water pumping. Okay, I'm not sure where I left off, but we'll ride it out. There's Willona, Rose, and in front of her down there are a bunch of onions. There's Kimberly. Yeah, you can see I don't even have to zoom much on her anymore. She's being great. String beans. I just lollipop my string beans. Normally I wouldn't, but I want to see them. I want to see them grow. And the top leaves I probably won't prune as much, but I want to be able to control leaning them forward and harvesting them from inside the deck. Here's one of the things I left. When I prune, oh, you want to know what I did with the pruning of them? Because we know that string beans plants supplement the soil, the nutrients in the soil. So what I did was I buried them. I just lollipopped the ones in the raised bed and those one in those planters, and I put them under the mulch here. You can see some green still popping, fresh green still popping out, and here, because this is a cucumber bed, and I'm going to let the cucumbers have the whole bed for roots and nutrients, and I'm going to use the string bean leaves to help fertilize. I'm trying something new this year. I'm going to pull back on my fertilizer and use these bean leaves, since I'm growing so many, using these string bean leaves and spent plants to fertilize in beds where they are not growing, where they're growing, of course, they are soil fixers, but where they are not in beds, in contained beds, that is, where I don't have string beans growing, I'm going to use the pruned string bean leaves as mulch to double as fertilizer. Doubling as mulch. But I'm not interested in them being seen, once they dry, all the leaves dry up. So I'm putting it under the untreated mulch, wood mulch that I'm using. Purple tree collards. And anytime there's any kind of worm or anything on them, I'm jet spraying the hell out of them. And I will pick them up and, here's a good example. I'll pick them up like this and see that bitch right there? Now I jet sprayed these already, but she apparently didn't want to come off. But you know what I do? Gonna lean her like so, and I'm gonna dump the fuck out of her. And so she gone. I don't know where she went. Oh, there she go. So bye. Check all the tiny leaves. Make sure she didn't get her cousins on the other leaves. And I'll just get rid of her altogether. Make sure she don't get nothing else. Oh, see, here's the other one. There's one. Oops, there's one, and there's one. That's from jet spraying though. So yeah, I keep them, I want to say damage free, but by the time the leaves grow up really big, they'll be damage free because all them hoes will be gone. Because I jet spray every other day, if not every day, and I check the tiny leaves for little summer bitches like the one I just thumped. Oh look, I got a bean popping off here. I'm excited about that. These are Tom Thumb peas. So yeah, I've grown these before, and they're really good. They're just so small, and I'm actually growing these for seeds now. This is Esther. She's starting to flower. Why you not happy, girl? What's wrong? She not happy, and that's her sister. She is happy, just perky as she want to be. Nothing that I put in here is popping up. I think I'm gonna throw this pot away. I just feel like it's a jinx. But anyway, nothing. Green beans still doing their thing in old ass soil that hasn't received any kind of nutrients. Oh, you son of a sucker. Look at this hoe. Ooh, my own little Rambo. You see him, Nikki? Anyway. I got a couple of peppers in here and an onion. Got some herbs in there. Yeah, so these are the string beans that I have now. See spiders on it. That's okay, I'm gonna let the spiders stay. But yeah, string beans on the way. They're sturdy, they can handle it. I mean, they're hard to get rooted, but once they are, they're established, and you gonna be all right. You gonna be all right. Here's Crimberly's, one of Crimberly's babies. I'm gonna come flower it. I'm gonna manually flower all of Crimberly's flowers, and I'll show you why shortly. The cuke doing her thing. She could use a lot more water, but she got some today, and I'm not gonna be able to keep up with her after a couple of weeks. Actually, all this is gonna be flourishing in a couple of weeks, guaranteed. Here's Maureen. They look kind of sad. Here's Jashare. All kinds of branches I need to take off of her. This is why I'm going to start manually flowering Crimberly, because this was the first fruit, you remember, fruited, and it's the only fruit I see so far. And I've seen plenty of flowers. I hope it's not doing like Tiny Tim did. Remember when Tiny Tim flowered, and then the flower seemed to fall, and then flowered again, and the flower seemed to fall, flower seemed to fall again, and then the next thing you know, all of the seemingly spent flowers, because all these flowers look spent, child, look at them. But then after a while, all the flowers that seemed spent had fruit on them. So I hope that's the case here. I hope that's the case. I do not know. Yeah, this is the only fruit I have so far. Ooh, it's gonna be so big. That's what I wanted though. So I'm not gonna use that for the green one. I'm actually gonna let that one get ripe and keep the seeds of that. Okay, you testing stuff? Okay, okay. Y'all need company or you good? Okay, okay. That's so cute. Oh my God. He's taking baby girl for a little ride around the corner, ride around the block. It's so cute. The only reason I haven't chopped her all the hell the way back is because I feel like she owes me some flowers and fruit. Girl, I feel like she owed me more string beans flowering. A couple of weeks we're gonna have some good string beans popping off. I showed you Kimberly and her little spent ass flowers and how she don't want to act right. That's okay though. My salad bed, my green salad greens bed. I almost said the same, but it's not the same struggle it was last year, but it's a struggle. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Everything is growing in it except the salad greens. And I don't know what the deal is, but I did grow a whole nother bunch of them. The only thing I see popping up is butter crunch. Butter crunch. That's it. I don't see anything else. And I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I stopped watering it because maybe it's maybe too much water. Maybe it needs to dry. Maybe they need to dry out and work for the water. I don't know, but these are all my salad greens, and that's how much it's come up. Dirt. This is Sunny. She gonna be ready. I said next week, but she gonna be ready in a couple of days because those have gone from green to yellow in 2 days. So I'll be excited to just to try her. So we'll see. It looks like I did a pretty decent job on controlling the height. And I'm not saying that to say that it's over. I'm saying that only to say that even if it grows another foot, I will still have control over. It'll just be full of fruit that is easy to harvest and boom. How'd it go?
Started crying as soon as I got the driveway. I never stopped.
Did you let her out?
Yeah, she got out. And then she looked around, started hollering some more. I'm like, we've been through this. And then she actually went back in her carrier.
Did she? Oh my
Yeah,
God. And
started coming
stayed?
back.
Oh. Oh. You in for a ride with Daddy?
I said, we're not going where you think we're going.
I should have took her to the post office. It's okay though. Gabby, please.
She was howling. Like she knew. Like, I'm not going.
Oh yeah, she's yeah.
You see that? What I'm saying, bad.
She's so beautiful. So now, after a certain point, it looks like my thing is going to be cutting the inside branches just so that sun can get inside there. And this is the best time to do it before the spiders and insects start claiming territory. But I am going to spin this hoe around again. I actually spin my plants probably weekly. I think they get even distribution of sun and shade anyway, but just in case. And so again, you can see the mere yellow in the process of turning red. Beautiful. Here's my purple sprouting broccoli. A cabbage moth got to this branch. And those two big ones actually need to be harvested just to inspire that other. Oh, did a worm get that too? You know what? God damn it. Anyway, I'm gonna harvest a few branches of these, and I don't know if I'm gonna do it before or after I plant my fresh seeds. But yeah, I'm gonna harvest the three tallest branches. So on the table, my violas are doing really great. They're nice and compact. I probably won't scalp my violas across the top anymore like that on this in these outside garden. I'll probably just pinch them off at the base like I normally do, because I like that it bushed out nicely like that, but I'd rather have bigger, larger flowers. Been watering for a while here. So I have my 3 shards, all of which I'm going to pull after I have more sugar beets popping, because this is a sugar beet. See, this is a sugar beet, and this is a shard, right? Because I found that perpetual spinach is basically a shard, but people recommended to replace their spinach, which is a good idea because they're cold weather hardy, and well, they're all weather hardy, and they're also insect and disease resistant. But I don't love them. And now I'll use them when I juice them raw. I'll use them to add a little salty flavor to my veggie juices, to season it up a bit. I'll use them for color and different things, but they don't taste like these. And even the perpetual spinach, it tastes like chard because that's what the hell it is. And it's not disgusting. I like it. I just don't love it. And I figure for something that takes up this kind of space, and when I don't love it and it just builds and builds, and then I have tons of it to harvest, but I'm not like loving to eat it, it's kind of counterproductive. So I'm going to grow more of the sugar beets and use those greens instead of the chard greens. Because as I harvest these, that's just going to build the beet up to be bigger. And then I'll have a bigger beet to work with when I'm testing new things. Anyway, so my string beans are in the middle, taking up the whole body of the bed. Crimberly's on either end. I think I might lollipop her again. I do see a couple of flowers at the top. Who's mad at that? None of us. This 2 Amara doing very well. And adding a nice pop of color to the bed. And my carrots that are growing around the perimeter doing well. I have a verbena here and a verbena there. They're very tiny and they take a while to. Something about this bed, it takes everything a minute to kick off, but once it does, it does. So I have some more sugar beets to plant. I have the violas here, and then I have the violas here. These are ready. Several of these are ready to be deadheaded. Purple tree collards. I want to tear off this whole branch. Yeah, and start it as a tip cutting. These leaves that I'm leaving are getting bigger, and I was curious as to whether I would get bigger leaves out of this, because I can't say I'm not happy with the smaller leaves, but it wasn't what I expected. If I'm trying to replace collards, I'm gonna need some girth, right? Here's Esther, Callie. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of her. Doing well. I have 2 of her red bone sisters on either side of the bed. I left this space here open so that I could walk back and forth to the harvest from the Edgevarskis. So I shouldn't need to get back there until the end of the season, because that's how peppers act. Just see a bird buried a patch of bullshit in here. So I'm gonna take that out. Let me throw that away first. See, got them all out by the roots. Hey girl, did you have to go for a ride today? You did. I'm watering all this in little spots. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I want the cayenne to stay in place. I can't hardly see anything, and I can't see what you can see. But as mentioned, I might put it in that back corner and also at the base of this trellis. Beautiful. Everything's beautiful, and I'm happy with it.